my money. I'm looking for a deal that can change my life. Anybody can get you a return in a real estate deal. I'm looking for a deal that can like shift everything. One deal could change your life.
This is the golden moment. I would do business with you right now.
Welcome to tonight's show, 10X Owners Live with Natalie Dawson and myself, Brandon Dawson.
Brandon, why do we do this 10X Owners Live show? What are we doing here?
We have been doing 10X Owners Live since right the week COVID hit, and we have not missed a Tuesday. So it's been over 2 years, and I don't know, probably 125 shows or something at this point. And the reason we do these shows is this is our opportunity to talk to business owners all around the world about how to pursue their personal, professional, and financial goals through business, through their passion, through their ability to make money. And we're calling this the Atlanta edition because we just got back from a remarkable Father's Day, 10X
Juneteenth,
Father's Day boot camp, 1-day boot camp in Atlanta, Georgia, with the remarkable Grant, Elena, and kids, and then Natalie, myself, Ryan Secco, and some of the remarkable Cardone team.
If you are new, well, okay, if you're from the Atlanta event, put ATL in the chat.
Put ATL if
And
you're from the 404.
New.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Look at all the 404 we got going on.
Oh my gosh, amazing.
This is awesome.
But I'm from
I'm
Brooklyn.
from Brooklyn. That's all right, man.
Thank you for
I lived in
clarifying.
Atlanta for 2 years. I was from
What
Oregon.
were you doing in Atlanta?
I was working, baby.
What kind of work were you doing?
I was doing all kinds of work. I was selling. I was hustling a little pool in Atlanta. All right. So here's what we're going to talk about.
Why are you qualified to talk to business owners? Just before we get into all of it.
All right, because there hasn't been a formal introduction. I will personally introduce myself. I'm Brandon Dawson, co-founder, CEO, business partner with the amazing Grant Cardone. Natalie is my co-founder with Grant as well for Cardone Ventures. My last business, applying the same things we teach every single day on how to start, grow, scale, and eventually exit your business for the maximum amount of money possible. I started my business with no money, didn't borrow any money, didn't raise any capital, using the same principles, generated $50 million of profits over 14 years, sold it for 77 times EBITDA.
What is EBITDA?
Earning, it's what you pay yourself effectively when you're in a small business.
Why is 77 such a big deal? What does the average business sell for?
The average public company right now is trading at like 19 times what they earn, and the average private company sells between 6 and maybe 8 times if they're over $10 million in revenue.
And your business was a private business.
And my business was a private business.
Traditional valuation on that business would be 6 to 8 times. And how many times was it actually?
We got a scorching 77 times EBITDA. And we took $1 billion company that acquired us and grew them to $4 billion in 36 months using these same principles.
Since we have some new business owners on here, I think it would be an awesome way to kick off this call by sharing with us what your biggest business pain point is today. Is it finding people? Is it sales? Is it marketing? Is it operations? What is the biggest challenge that you are facing? Supply chain?
Supply chain, everything. Let's
expanding
go.
Product line, sales and marketing,
Finding employees,
team building, finding people, research, marketing,
operations,
okay.
Scaling, follow up. This is it.
Shortage.
This is it. Labor shortage. Exactly. So this is why Grant, we're like, let's get on the road. Let's forget about the COVID and let's go back to the 10X tour and get in front of people and talk to them about how we can help them. And it was just so refreshing to have so many remarkable people there on Father's Day sharing the whole day with us. It was a special day. And so, what I wanted to do is, for those of you that missed it, I wanted to do a little bit of a recap, what we talked about. And for those that were there, I want to do a little addition to what we talked about.
Mm.
What I did is I walked through the break points from 100,000 to 3 million, 3 million to 8 million, 8 million to 15 million, 15 to 25 million, 25 to 45, 45, 75, 75, 125. And I talked about all my experiences and all the businesses that we're helping and how we at Cardone Ventures, when Natalie and I partnered with Grant and Elena, we specifically sat down using those breakpoints and we told Grant and Elena, in 60 months from startup with no capital, using the same things that we teach people, we are going to build a business that's going to be over $100 million of revenue in 60 months. And Grant's like, dude, I've heard these stories before. I've never actually seen them. I said, at the same time, we're going to help you double, triple, or quadruple your business by working together. And so what I did is I showed how we went from a startup to this year, we'll do $75 million in revenue. So our third full year in revenue, we'll do over $75 million of revenue in the startup, not using anybody's capital, not borrowing any money. And the reason this is important is because then what we talked about is how Grant, over the last 10 years, has taken a couple $1 million and parlayed that into an empire with over $5 billion of multifamily real estate for passive income, raising an astonishing $1 billion in crowdfunding, more than any other human being in the planet. And what we did is we took the two things that we've been able to do, because Grant has paid meticulous attention to every single thing he did while he grew and scaled to over $5 billion of real estate, just like I did in business. And what we did is we have a boot camp, our business boot camp coming up, where we talk about getting your money right, getting your people right, getting your operations right, getting your leadership right, getting your sales right, getting your marketing right, and making sure they're working together in order to accelerate your growth. Then at the end of the 3 days of boot camp, we have a 3-day real estate summit where Grant's going to show exactly how he finds deals, exactly how he negotiates deals, exactly how he raises money, exactly how he syndicates and puts people together to invest with them. And so we're doing a 6-day program. And so what we did is normally each one of those programs would be a $5,000 ticket to get in. But we offered for the boot camp a ticket for under $1,000. It was $997 if you wanted to come to a boot camp. And it was $997, a $5,000 ticket for the real estate summit if you wanted to come to the real estate summit. But the offer we made in Atlanta for all those people that came out and saw us, and we're going to extend that offer to tonight, is if you do both of those programs, so 6 days with us, spend 6 remarkable days with us, you get both programs for $1,297. And so what I want to make sure, because we got a little messed up when we got so excited, you know, when you're live and you got all these things going on.
It's been the first one for 2.5 years.
You don't have your own AV team with you. So you're kind of working with the Rent-A-AV team. We missed some slides. It was a little bit disjointed.
I don't think it was disjointed.
I felt it was.
But now that you guys are here, I just would like to share a little bit more. So this show every Tuesday night is really like 10x family night, because what Brandon and I realized, he talks about the story when he sold this business for $150 million. And I think what most people would expect was that it'd be like the happiest moment of our lives. And then we would just ride off into the sunset. And the reality of that was he sold the business, and within 2 months, we were very unhappy, and we were unhappy. We didn't understand it at the time, but we were unhappy because we no longer had a purpose. And all of a sudden, what we were doing, oh boy, let's get that screen unshared if our team could handle that. Instead of us focused on this next thing and having people around us, we actually were around people who were saying, oh, you guys should be happy. You guys have enough. You don't need to do anything more. And for about 2 years, Brandon and I kind of went into this spiral of spending time around people who what we know today, we would define them as who just weren't 10X. They were okay coasting. And this phenomenon took place for quite some time between the two of us until we stumbled upon Grant and Elena. And so why we do these calls every Tuesday night is this really is our 10X family. This is where we all come on every Tuesday. We're committed to showing up, and we talk about business challenges, what's going well for people, where people are finding success, where they are winning, so that other business owners can really leverage those tools, those tips, those resources. And then as much as possible, we try to meet in person, and we want to let you guys know when those events are coming up. For those of you who haven't been to a business boot camp, they're fantastic. It secretly, don't tell anybody. But
yeah, someone just put in the chat, oh, you talked about a business boot camp for $2,500. So let me just let you in on a little secret. We discounted each of those $5,000 programs by 50%. So the business boot camp I was talking about was $2,500. Then Grant went back to the room and changed the price so that we could get everybody that was in that room to be able to come to the event. So you get the business boot camp for $997, not $2,500. And what I said is bring somebody along with you. Always bring somebody along with you. You know, what I was saying is don't do these things alone. Bring somebody with you. What makes our business work so well is Natalie and I are doing it together. We're working in the trenches together. We're solving problems together. We're fighting to win together. We're not fighting with each other. We're fighting to win together. And so just like when we were there in Atlanta in the 404, we were there with Grant and Elena and the girls and the rest of the team, Ryan Secco and the sales team and the biz dev team and the services team that was there to take care of everybody. Like when you go with people, it creates more energy so that you can accomplish more. So for us, what I was saying is, look, don't come to a boot camp alone. Bring somebody with you. Bring them along. Learn to bring people with you, man. The whole art in building a huge business is bringing people with you and having them share the experience with you so that they understand what you're doing, why you're doing it, where you're going, and what the impact needs to be. And so same with real estate. So Grant went back. I saw Grant and Natalie go to the back, and you guys decided to do a basically 50% off.
Yes, we did.
It's awesome. So good. Well, let's do this. We've got a few questions here. Michael from the Twin Cities. Let's bring Michael on. Ask to unmute Michael.
Oh, hey, Michael. My dad's name's Michael.
There you go. And we all lived in the Twin Cities for a while.
That's right. We call him Michael the Pikel. What's up, Michael?
It's a good name. How are you guys tonight?
So good. How are you doing?
Good. Very good. Thanks for taking my question. So I talked to you guys before, and I was at the financials workshop also, and been really implementing a lot of things and having a lot better understanding. My main question is about the cost per head. Now, from just some of your guys' videos, I understand like if you got a subcontractor that's about $80,000 that you're paying out, you want a minimum.
Yeah, so look, we got a lot of people on here that don't understand what you're talking about. So let me qualify. So Michael's been to some of our programs, and what he's talking about is we tell business owners that you need to set a target for generating $250,000 to $500,000 of revenue per employee.
This is a good time to bring out your notepad.
Yeah. So this is going to be a fireside chat real quick with Michael. So if you're thinking about how do I build, grow, scale, and create massive value in my business, there's a rule that I talk about based on 4,000 businesses we've researched. And what we found is that if you can generate a business generally on average between 250,000 of revenue per head to 500,000. So no matter how many employees you hire, based on what they're contributing to help you in the business, it adds $250,000 to $500,000 of revenue per employee. It's not that they have to generate that revenue. Now, Michael's asking, there's a cost equation to calculate the cost equation if you're using 1099 or contract laborers. And what I tell everybody is use $85,000 as a cost basis. So if you generate in your business $250,000 of revenue, and you have 3 contractors that when you add all 3 up cost you $85,000, you would treat that like one employee. So do you understand that, Michael?
Yeah, I sure do. So how much of that, because obviously in some of my cogs, I've got
So
material.
Mike, I'm sorry, I got to interrupt you now because see, Donna, see, this is the thing. You all need, this is what we teach. You all got to understand business. If you read Donna's comments, it says, my workers don't make money for business. We are a service business. Donna, every person on your payroll is making money for your business. They're either freeing up your time to generate revenue, they're delivering a product or service that somebody is paying for. And the more people you can get to do the work doing that, the more revenue you can generate. So just so everyone understands is every employee that works in a business, every employee is responsible for supporting the business and generating revenue. And when the business generates revenue, it should target 250,000 of revenue to 500,000 for every person on the payroll that costs you around 85 grand. So just so we're clear, every person that works in a business is responsible for contributing to the success and the revenue of the business, or there's no point in paying them. All right, Michael, let's go to your question.
All right, so obviously I've got material costs in like a bathroom model and so on. So if I've got a project that's 20,000 total revenue, I'm paying my sub 8,000 and I got 3,000 in material costs. Essentially that is part of that material cost is part of that total revenue, correct? So
Yeah,
so
everything's the cost of the revenue. So when
Yeah.
you're all done generating the revenue, you want to target 20 to 25% profit margin. A lot of contractors, because they don't manage their money and they don't manage their collections, they end up running 3 to 8% and then they go broke.
Yeah.
Because you got to go buy the product for the next job. So you're always working in arrears. You're always backwards. That's why going to Finance Essentials and understanding how to build a business profitably by setting up reserves and knowing what your key performance indicators, your what do you call them? What do you call them?
Metrics.
Metrics.
What are they called?
Metrics.
Brandon and I get aligned on these sorts of things because it's easy in business. I went to a fancy school where they taught fancy business concepts, and Brandon did not go to any fancy school. He learned probably like many of you have learned, which is through a significant amount of experiences, a significant amount of getting punched in the face. But he and I oftentimes debate and then we land somewhere on the differences between things like metrics or key performance indicators and just all of those fun things. So in our organization, in our world, we have key performance indicators for our business. Key performance indicator would mean it's a key performance indicator of the business. And then departments and team members inside that business all have metrics that are associated with moving the key performance indicator.
Yeah, so you think of metrics being the micro and key performance indicators being the macro. You could have 3 to 5 metrics to hit one key performance indicator.
Exactly.
All right. I tell you, man, we're going to be taking some notes. We're going to help you guys blow it up. And if you find value in this little tiny conversation of peeling the onion open a little bit, peeling it back, then I promise you over 3 days with us at the 10X Business Bootcamp. And if you're interested in making money and learning how to do real estate investing or investing with Grant and the team, then you stay for that.
What was your biggest takeaway from the business boot camp when you first went? I would just like to point out to people this, if you can see this is the workbook. It's the instructor's manual. So I can't give this to you, but this is the workbook for the business boot camp. Look at how thick this document is.
3 days, getting your money right, getting your mind right.
Do you guys want to peek? Maybe just like a little peek.
No, you can't. You got to pay. You have to charge extra.
The smallest peek. I think. Look.
Getting you, okay.
Oh, okay. No
Getting your money
screenshots.
right, getting your mindset right, getting your people right, getting your marketing right, getting your sales right.
What's your favorite section? What was your biggest takeaway the first time you attended it? Because we attended it just like you. For those of you who heard
That's
Brandon's
the first
story,
thing we ever did. Yep.
For those of you who heard Brandon's story on Sunday, and those of you who have been here, Brandon and I attended a boot camp as
36 months ago.
clients.
It was March. Well, it was a little longer. It was March of 19. We went to our first boot camp.
And I mean, we took copious notes. Do you want to know my biggest takeaway from that boot camp?
What was your biggest takeaway?
You have to think of yours while I'm saying mine. Okay.
I already know what mine is.
Oh, you already do?
Yeah.
Okay. Mine is, you guys might want to write this down. This is a GC principle. The biggest thing I took away from the business boot camp is, who's ready for it? I think they're ready. They're ready. Oh yeah, I see. She's ready. The biggest thing I took away is the things that you do not talk about are the things that you will have problems with. Think about that in your life. This is in business, but it's also in your personal relationships. It's in your finances. If you are not willing to look at your financial situation, if you're not willing to look at your bank account every single day, you're going to have problems with it. If you're not willing to confront your spouse about something that's going on that you're not comfortable with, you're going to have problems with it. If you're not willing to connect with an employee about, hey, what are you doing all this time on Instagram
Or
and
what are you
TikTok
not
when you're
doing all
supposed to
this
be
time?
working? You're not willing to look at it. The things that you will not look at are the things that you have problems with. That was my biggest, still to this day, my biggest like boom, aha at that business boot camp. What was yours?
You know, mine was, I was a very successful business owner, and I had just enough success that I fooled myself of what success actually looks like. I was not thinking big enough. I wasn't putting myself out there. I had no social media. I wasn't, I would use cover of, oh, I'm a sophisticated business owner. I don't do those kind of things.
Mr.
And
Sophistication.
so look, I'm just telling you guys, because you could be, when I went into that first boot camp, my net worth was over $75 million. So I felt like, I had accomplished some
Were
things.
you all crowned up?
And I wasn't crowned up. I mean, we went there looking for something, but what I can tell you is that while I sat there thinking to myself, man, you had had just enough success to fool yourself into believing you were successful.
So true.
And when you're sitting there looking at someone like a Grant Cardone and what he's been able to do in 10 or 12 years, working with a partner with Elena and rallying a remarkable team behind you. And you look at the speed in which they were attacking the marketplace in both the real estate business and in the business. I sat back and I was like, man, there's so many things that despite all the good things I did, there's so many things I have yet to learn. So the one thing I will tell you sitting there is realizing there's so much opportunity to learn, and the room that you're in will determine what you take away from that experience. And if you're in the wrong room, you're going to stay small. So the number one thing, and this is what I learned when I was in there, is I got to get in a bigger room. I got to get with people that are making things happen right now. I got to follow the leader. I got to replicate. I got to duplicate. I got to be as if. All this stuff was going through my mind. I was actually sitting there in the first day so frustrated that I hadn't done more in the last 10 or 12 years. I had all these great thoughts. I had, you remember in 2012 and 13, she was with me, a crew of people came up, you need to start a business podcast. You need to do all these things. You need to start interviewing. I'm like, nah, that's not for me. That's for
Mr. Traditional business
And
guy.
I look back and I'm like, man, you could have done some great things helping people. Instead, I stayed small.
Can you give them, because right now you're on a live call with 700 people and they see you as Mr. Articulate and they see you walking on the jet, Mr. Cool. Could you just give all of our new friends a little bit of like behind the scenes, just imitate what you used to look like 3 years ago trying to make a social media post? Ready, set, go.
Hey, this is Brandon. And if you want, I didn't even know how to use my phone.
It was so uncomfortable.
It
was so close. I don't know why he just like thought it.
Like, let me just give
right
you all a
here.
piece of advice. When you're going to learn to use this device to generate millions of dollars, hold it out here and up. Don't hold it here.
What happens when it's down? You
You're
get,
looking
like,
up
the-
your nose.
the nostril
You're looking up your nose
action.
hole. And look,
Then you have to buy a nose trimmer, like it
etiquette. You
up
got
and
to,
down.
and you got to get your story right. So the one thing is, I'll just tell you, nothing like practice makes perfect. Then you go, hey, it's Brandon Dawson here. I am on with the 404 from Atlanta, Georgia. And we were talking about getting your money right, getting your mind right, and being with the right people in the right place, doing the right thing. Click this link below and join me with 700 of my friends learning on a Tuesday night how to blow up their business. Click this link below. See, all that stuff happens when you do it 1,000 and 1,000 and 1,000 times. You don't even think about it. Versus, hi, how do I push this button? She had to give me a year on how to just use my phone.
it was still referred to as the Instagram and the Facebook, like months and months into this endeavor, but he's picked it up.
I'm going. So look, Michael, you just gotta get back into that finance. Look, no, there's never going to be one answer to any one question, because you got to go deeper and deeper and deeper. It's the macro versus micro. It's the metrics versus the key performance indicators. Everything rolls up to something, and that something's got to be big. And so I appreciate you asking that question. We're going to go to another question here. Let's go right here. Who's here?
Gil.
Gil. Let's bring Gil
What's
on.
happening, Gil?
What's going on, guys? Nice seeing you.
How you doing, man? Good to see you.
Doing great, doing excellent. So big news. I just became a licensee 24 hours ago.
Nice.
And I did that with the intention to get as close to you guys as possible. So my question is, it's a two-part question. One, oh, the waxing queen wants to see you. Hold on. The waxing queen wants to see Natalie.
Hi.
She's saying
Good
hi.
to see you.
I have you guys in my, so will you guys ever be offering a licensee program of your own?
Funny you asked that. So look, we are 1,000% behind the Grant Cardone licensee program. We support it. We work with the team. I work very closely with Jared and the team on developing it, and Elliot. And so if you're in the licensing program, you get all of us. Okay. So that's the first thing. What I will tell you though, is that Jared and I have been working for the last year on adding a business advisory program on top of the licensing program. And so it's going to be taking the business concepts that I've created, that we deploy, that we teach, and it's going to be working with licensees who want to upgrade to also be business advisors and have the best of both worlds. And I think we're literally 60 days from that first, or maybe the end of July, we're going to be announcing that program and what it looks like. But you cannot be a business advisor if you're not a licensee. So this is an extension on top of the licensee. We're going to show people how to exactly go out and make $1 million a year of income to $2 million, $3 million a year of income. And so we're going to be presenting that, and it's going to be called the Grant Cardone Business Advisory Program, or 10X Business Advisor.
The second part is, right now, what is the incentive for referring businesses to your current programs?
It's a good question. Right now, there's no incentive other than proximity, because we pay attention to who brings people in with them, and we do special things for people who bring like-minded other business owners in. That's how come at Cardone Ventures we've developed such a strong community of, and I see many of the people on here right now, because it is a community, right? And if you're on the same track learning with somebody that you like and you're spending time with, you're going to learn faster.
And we do track this. Like, I see Mike Ledoux is in the chat.
That's
I
right.
also know Pat Morstad's here. They've both won private coaching for 6 months with Brandon because of how many businesses they've referred to Cardone Ventures. And so we do run programs like that. We call them business development funds.
Yep. So
Excellent,
but we are formalizing that.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. I'm in the, so what I do as my current job is I'm in SaaS sales for a construction software. And right now I know you're targeting the construction industry hard. So there's a lot of HVAC companies that I'm talking to. I'm asking them how much revenue.
And I'll tell you right now, this is from my mouth to your ears. What I've learned from Grant Cardone is we're targeting everything hard right now.
Yes, I know. But thank you guys.
Massive action. Thank you, buddy. I'm looking forward to working with you. All right, let's bring my buddy Flames on. I saw Flames in Atlanta. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing great. How you doing?
Good, man. It's always good to see you.
Yeah, it's good to see you. It was awesome at the boot camp in Atlanta. So my question was pretty much just focused in like on the metrics and how to bring people together, like with team members.
Man, you got to press. That's the thing. You guys, look, if you want to bring people together, set one evening every single week where you bring people together. Be committed to it. Like we do a show, just don't do it on Tuesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern, because that's when we're doing it. But pick a time and funnel people into that window and make it a point for you and everyone you're working with to get people to show up during that window so you can lay out what you got going. You can throw down your opportunity to work with people and you can get them engaged and do it in volume. Anytime you can go from a 1-to-1 ratio to a 1-to-many, you're going to have more success. So this is the stuff, Flames, you just got to keep pressing, dude. And you got to get more activity, more people, create more energy, more momentum, more advocates. You just got to keep pushing, dude. And I know you got it in you. So you just don't give up. Just keep pushing.
Most definitely.
Awesome, brother. It's good seeing you, man.
Good seeing you too.
All right. Let's see who's next.
Let's do Rob Reese.
Let's go, Rob Reese.
What's up, Rob? We were just talking about you and Liz yesterday.
Hey, Brandon and Natalie, how are you?
Good. It's good to see you, man.
Good to see you. Hey, I just want to say thanks for all that you guys do. We really appreciate it. And so I think this question might be more for Natalie. It's a people's question. So we're in the process of interviewing and trying to bring people on. The question is, how much grace do I give somebody if they are late to an interview? Or like I had one today that called and said, hey, I'm running late. Can we reschedule? What is your thoughts and what's your advice around that?
I would give a hard pass to somebody who was so late that they needed to reschedule unless there was some circumstance, right, of death in the family, something that like is very legitimate. So I would say in that scenario, hard pass. If the person is no more than 90 seconds late, I would be willing to compromise on that if their interview was spectacular. But if it was not spectacular and it was because of technology issues, listen, we're in 2022, technology does get in the way of interview processes. But if they were late and it was an in-person interview and they used traffic as the reason for why they were late, that would be a no-go for me. So I guess it depends on the type of interview. If it's virtual, I would give a little bit of that technology grace. We used Google Meets early on in Cardinal Ventures and most of our candidates really struggled with it. And so there was a little bit of that, but eventually the goal should be you have such remarkable talent in your organization that you are attracting remarkable talent, and remarkable talent figures those things out ahead of time.
And remember what our fearless leader, our mentor says. Just remember this: no one thing kills the deal.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're already questioning some engagement, it's probably because there's some other indicators that are making you uncomfortable. If their communication has been flawless, if their resume looks amazing, if they proactively called you and apologized because they got stuck in a car accident or their long lost cousin's dog broke its leg, but they're communicating it, right? They're proactive, and then they interview well. Well, that one thing isn't going to bother you, but if it's a series of things, they're all red flags, and combined means the deal has been killed.
Awesome. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Good to see you, buddy.
Good to see you.
Hi,
Thanks.
Say hi. All right, B. Dawson.
Yeah, let's bring Petra up. Petra?
Patra. Is it Patra? Is it Petra?
Well, I can't see because I've got 3 names in my head.
It's
So
okay. Let's normalize just asking people how to pronounce their name, even if it's Bob. They never
there's
know.
an A in there.
They could
so
go
it's
by
Petra.
Bob A or something crazy.
Yes. So it's Patra, like Cleopatra.
Oh,
Patra.
Ah,
You like that?
yes.
Yeah,
love
it's
it.
so yes, it's so good to see both of you today. And I have a question, and I'm glad that Natalie is here today too. But first of all, I just want to say one thing to Brandon and Natalie, that we are very appreciate having you as a mentor. What we learn from you is so valuable, and what we learn from you is to be brutally honest and truthful to our people. And I mean, the truth might hurt, but eventually people always appreciate the truth, and our client and our employee, they are very appreciate us being honest to them, right? And that's how we build a stronger relationship with our team too. But the question, I have a question regarding on the hiring. And that's why I'm glad that Natalie is here today, right? We are still hiring every day, and sometimes we are a little confused on how to pick a good candidate. You know, what are the top 5 red flags you see in the recruiting process?
Top 5 red flags. I do this whole presentation in our Perfect Hire workshop on all of the red flags based on all of the questions that we ask, because we do have a 3-step process for that. Oh man, top 5 red flags. I would say the first is the resume is not done well. If the resume is just a standard template, if it's not designed, if there's nothing that's done to really stand out, that's an indicator. If they did not research your company ahead of time, I start every first interview with, so tell me, what do you know about Cardinal Ventures? And they're like, oh, I couldn't find much about you. Flunk, no way, not going to do it, because you know that's how they're going to treat your customers. If they're not researching you for something that's important to them, there's no way that they're going to put the time, energy, and effort that you want them to take into account with your patients, your customers, your clients. Additional red flags off the top of my head would be if they don't have alignment with your core values. I've had team members on interviews say things like, oh, I don't really believe in goals. I've never really been successful with setting goals. So, you know, it's just not really for me. That's a big no for us.
People that
totally
immediately start talking about
us.
work-life balance. Well, you know, I'm more concerned about work-life balance. Or when they talk about if they bash the place they left, like, well, you know, the place I was at, the leadership just didn't have their act together. And I exceeded their ability, and like, they're always talking bad or poorly about things. It's just immediately a red flag for me. I just don't want to have people that carry negativity with them around. And here's the thing, anybody you hire is bringing the garbage that they left someplace with.
I do, for those of you who are new, and also for you, Petra, my book called Teamwork. It has an entire chapter dedicated to the interview process and also all of the red flags, as I was responsible for hiring our first 50 team members. It is chapter. This is so cool. I love that I've written a book and I can kind of rub it in.
I love it. I love it.
I actually have it. I have the,
Okay.
the actual book, and also on the PD, what is that? The Kindle. I have
So
both.
chapter 7 has red
It's
flags
so good.
specifically regarding the interview
Chapter
process.
7. Awesome.
Yep.
Yeah, I need to
Awesome.
go read it again then.
Thank you
Thanks
for your
for being
question.
on.
Thanks for being on. All right, we're going to go to Kendra.
Thank
Kendra,
you.
how are you, Kendra?
Kendra. Oh,
I'm mute.
There you
Hey,
go.
we got you.
okay. I was about to say, look, I just learned how to raise my hand. So how you doing, Brandon and Natalie?
Yeah, good to
Couldn't
see
be
you.
better. It's family
Good
night.
to see you too. This is actually my first time even hearing about you guys. I don't know
Wow.
how I got pulled into this Zoom meeting, but
We're glad you're here.
thankful.
Yeah, welcome.
I'm thankful. I've been following Grant for about a year, so I'm guessing that's how y'all got into my algorithm. But I just wanted to introduce myself, and I'm hearing a lot of people talk about their business, so I thought I'd introduce you to mine to see if I can get some type of babysitter, I guess. You know what I'm saying? I can't even get my question out, but basically, hold on, son. Come here.
I could use one of those as well for him every once in a while when you guys aren't around. He does the same thing to me.
Yeah, okay, so I'm gonna just make this real short. So I have a bottled water industry, so I bottle water and I sell it. So my niche is to really focus on people in disasters. So should I focus on getting property more, like a commercial property, or should I look for investors to help me with the business? Like, I guess that's
Is the business a profit or for profit, or is it a not for profit?
it's a for profit.
Yeah. So, you know, at the end of the day, it's going to be about volume, right? So it's going to be about pricing, metrics, and volume.
Nicely done.
And so you got to create enough volume that you can deliver the bottled water, right?
Yeah.
So And there's a lot of examples of businesses that were created doing bottled water. So you can, in fact, there's a lot of research on companies out there. US Filter started it, Culligan Water, they started bottling it. You got all these different water companies. I would do as much research as I can on the ones that you know that are successful. And I would try to follow the money to see how they became successful. But it's definitely going to be a volume game. So tying your capital up, when I tell young business owners, and I don't mean young by age, I mean young by experience. When I tell young business owners, the main thing has to be the main thing until the main thing generates enough income that then you can invest. So the rules of investing is invest in yourself first, invest in the main thing that generates the income. And then when you have excess income, invest in the things that create passive income. So buying your own facilities and investing in land and doing all that when you don't have a main thing that funds it yet is working backwards. So scrap, lease, borrow, whatever you got to do to get the main thing to generate profitability, and then take the excess profitability and start investing in assets to monetize the passive side of building that business equation.
Hey, Brandon, I think we have a special guest in the house with us tonight.
Let's do it. Who is
Uncle G.
Oh, where is he?
Where you at, Uncle G? Oh, he's here.
How do you know?
I am wherever you think I am.
There he is.
Let's
He is
go.
where he
I've been
is.
over here waving to you guys, saying, hi, I'm here. Like,
Oh.
man, I said, like, nobody's listening to him, man. You brought me back. I had trauma. I
Oh my
remember it was
goodness.
25 years of me trying to get people's attention and nobody listened to me. I'm like, please
Take
pay
full
attention to me, man.
responsibility.
No, nobody loved me. Nobody acknowledged me. Nobody would, nothing.
Oh, but you're
And
here
then I had to
now.
get-
You're here
Throw-
now. Come on,
throw
Mr.
some
404.
love
Let's
I'm
throw
sitting
some
here
love
crying.
at
You
me
might-
here.
Uncle G.
You might hear me sound like I'm stopped up. It's because I've been crying for the last 12 minutes.
Oh,
That may
No,
be
hey,
crying.
great to be here. I saw Dwayne's here. I don't know if everybody knows who Dwayne is, but man, Brandon and Natalie have created a freaking superstar team on their side in Scottsdale, guys. And they're moving between Scottsdale and Miami. We're going to do some big things this year. We're hoping that includes you guys. And, I just want to reemphasize why we do this. It's because we want to show you guys off. And you become a product for us, if you don't mind me calling you that, right? You become something I can say, hey, look, I mean, I can't, everybody knows I got a plane. I can only do so many Instagrams on my plane, It got Flame's attention once, but maybe twice, maybe 3 times. I dropped in a helicopter. He's like, man, dude just added a helicopter. But at some point he's going to be like, what can you do for me? And the moment I can show off somebody else's business and say, hey, look what I did for Omar. Look what we did for Jared. Look what we did for, Boot Boss, Holly. Look what I did for Mike Smith. Look what we did for other people. Then all of a sudden the whole world pays attention. So we really need you guys to be successful, guys. That is the product we have, right? We're not a produce store that has bananas. People aren't going to rate us on how good our fruit or our vegetables are. They're going to rate how good we are based on how much fruit you produce. So you might have a great story to tell, but if that story don't come with success, ain't nobody listening. Okay? Your front door has to be your success door. What have you done for yourself and your family? Okay? It can't be your intentions, can't be your drama, can't be how tough the world's been to you. You've been persecuted, prosecuted, oppressed, suppressed. The world hadn't been fair to you. You got one arm, one leg, half a tongue, and nobody cares, man. But they will care once you're successful. Once you're successful, then they're like, how'd you do that with half a tongue and one arm and one foot? Then they're going to want the whole world want to know. Okay. And then we both win. Okay. Let's take some Q&A. What are we trying to do tonight, Brandon? I just want to stop in and see if I can stir it up.
Yeah. So Grant, we did a special 404 Atlanta edition. We have a ton of people on here that were in Atlanta. We let them know that we were going to go a little deeper into the conversation We let them know that we were going to extend our special offer that we made in Atlanta for everyone that's on this call, and basically fielding questions and just sharing. Some people are sharing stories, and some people, this is their very first experience they've ever had with us. So this has been awesome.
Well, guys, look, if you don't know what that offer is, I was in Atlanta, 2 days ago?
Yep.
So I was shooting a movie with John Travolta. I told Brandon and Natalie, fly in. We created this whole thing around this movie, okay? So I get a phone call, hey, would you like to be in a movie with John Travolta? I said, how much you gonna pay me, man? Okay? Like, am I gonna win a Grammy? And the guy's like, man, dude, movies don't give Grammys, they give Academies, okay? I said, okay, whatever, I wanna win a Grammy in a movie. So anyway, we do the deal. I tell the guy, I'll do it, but I need 10X in the movie. I literally negotiate how to move 10X into the movie, right? And I said, I'll do it. So we go over there, and I said, I'm not going to do it if I can't book something on top of it. Now, I'm giving you one of my secrets right now. Never go any place for one thing. So I said, I'll do the movie. It has to be on Saturday. He's like, why has it got to be on Saturday? It's got to be on Saturday in Columbus, Georgia, because the next day I'm going to do Atlanta, Georgia, and I'm going to do an event. We're going to do a free event, okay? We marketed that event for 3 weeks. We had 21,000, almost 21,000 people signed up for the event. Cost us $100 grand to promote it, maybe another $50,000 or $75,000 for the room and the hotel and the travel, et cetera, and to support it. But we created a list of 21,000 people. We think that's a good exchange, by the way, $175,000 for 21,000 names. While we were there, we were hoping to at least get our initial investment out, and we figured out what we could offer there. Okay, we offered a boot camp and a real estate workshop, 6 days in Miami for $1,200. It's $20,000. Okay, I basically did it just to bring people into our ecosystem. We're already doing the event, by the way. The event's already got seats sold. So it was just like, we're going to offer this, sell out the rest of our seats or add a little bit, make a super deal on it and bring a new audience in. So for $1,249, you get $20,000 worth of seats, 6 days, 3 days on business boot camp. If you've been once, you've been twice, you've been 3 times, I guarantee you, every time you go, you will hear and see something different because you are different. It's like the lady asking about the red flag. She read the book and she's asking a question that she already read the answers to. That happens to everybody. She's not stupid, by the way. Smart people ask the same questions over and over and over again until it's grooved in. And you don't even have to think about it anymore. It's not even a question. You guys need to keep asking questions until you got the right answers. And the right answers should live inside of you. They shouldn't live out here. Right answers, you should know what to do, not try to find out what to do. Okay, when you leave your airport and go to your house, I guarantee you don't GPS it. You know why? Because you know where the hell you're going. And that's where you need to get in life. You need to get where you know what you're doing. You're not thinking about it. Okay, so 3 days, look, it's $10,000 a seat. So what did we do? The boot camp for $997, the real estate, 3-day real estate with me live for $997, or you can do both of them for $1,297 or something. It was a stupid offer. Anyway, if you guys want to take advantage of that, we'd love to have you in the ecosystem. Love to be there with you. Love to support you. It's going to be a weird year, folks. If you think COVID was weird, get ready for what we're about to go through, because it's going to be weird. And it's going to be the biggest and best opportunity of your lifetime. For those people that don't see weird, they see opportunity. Some people are going to think it's weird. Other people are going to be like, this is a moment, man. So we're going to be talking about what kind of real estate should you be looking for? What kind of businesses you should be looking for? Like, I think, Brandon, you'd agree with me. We're getting ready to go through 18 months where it would be easier to buy a business that would 10X the business you have than it would be to 10X your business.
100%.
You want to repeat what I just said, Brandon? Because I don't think they understand what I just said.
Yeah. So when you look at baby boomers and you look at the average age of the average business owner, it is going to be easier to take somebody's business who's worn out, who's afraid, who's frustrated, who's scared, who's tired, who's made enough money. It is going to be easier to step in and take those businesses. There's 8 trillion of wealth transfer happening of people that are going to be retiring the next 8 years, and they don't have any exit strategy, and their businesses don't make enough money. So it's going to be much easier to go in and work a deal where you take that business, pay them over time, and build it to the next level of success. And that's where real wealth is going to be created, not trying to start something new and hoping that whatever you start works. Go take something.
Facebook didn't start WhatsApp, and they didn't start Instagram. They bought both of them. Okay, you guys all out there, like I'm telling you, this is a hustle that I did not understand early on. It is easier to grow your business by buying other businesses. And I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen in this recession. And we're in one right now. In this recession, there's businesses that you could probably buy and actually be paid to purchase the business. You would get an advance of equity, money, to actually take over the business. So that's what we're going to be talking about for 3 days in the business boot camp. Then we're going to spend 3 days talking about where your money should go, how to buy your own deals, start your own real estate company, start funding your own deals, raising money for your deals like I'm doing. So my first deal was $3,000. I made 100% on my money. My second deal, I figured out how to buy a deal with no money down. I made $32,000 in my free time. While I was running my other business, I made 32 grand buying a piece of real estate with no dough. I'm like, that return was sick. Once I started figuring out what I was going to do in my free time while I was running my main business, my third deal, I put 350 grand down because I had a little confidence. My business was doing good. I bought a deal, snagged a deal in a recession, and made $5 million on that deal. So July 8th, 9th, and 10th is the business boot camp. I advise all of you, strongly, highly recommend. This is your Uncle G telling you, get your ass there. It's so cheap that you guys should bring 1 or 2 people with you. It's tax deductible. It's a great way to take advantage of the summer. Things are really weird right now. So it might be a moment, 6 days, where you could plan the rest of your year out and make more money in the next 5 months than you made in the first 7. So I don't know if you guys have a link or something.
Yeah, we've been putting it in. Yeah.
But last thing I want to say is when I learned that my money, my profits could actually start making me profits, it changed everything for me. Because now when I was hustling, I'm sure some of you can understand what I'm saying right now. If you know how to make money, like Kevin knows how to make money, let's say, he's in East Texas. He knows how to make money. He keeps making money. But the moment he can learn how to get his money to start having babies, okay, now he goes and closes the big deal, and that big deal has inside the deal, it pays him, it helps his company, but inside the deal, it's like Cracker Jacks. Y'all remember Cracker Jack box that had a little gift in it? And you open up, not only did you get the bag and the deal and the commission and help your business, but inside of it was a little golden goose. And the golden goose inside that deal actually started giving you a second flow of income. That's what I started doing. When my first business grew, I took the other money and bought real estate that did not require my energy. And now I had a business that had money, and I had a golden goose over here called real estate, 32 units, then 45 units, then 92 units, then 150 units. One day I looked up, I said, shit, man, my damn real estate business is going to almost catch up with my damn business. And I got so excited about business because every time I was calling on somebody, I wasn't trying to make profit anymore. I was trying to get money to buy golden gooses. Because I could see over 3 years, 5 years, 7 years, 9 years, 12 years, 15 years, that real estate would just keep growing in value. What do you think benefits most from inflation? Don't say gold and silver, because gold and silver ain't showing up to do that right now. And definitely don't say them cryptos, because they went the wrong way at the wrong damn time if they were supposed to be a store of value. The one thing that went up in value was the real estate that did not require my time or my energy because there was enough units that I didn't have to manage it. So I'm not talking about bed bugs and termites and tenants and toilets here. I'm not talking about all the problems that come with real estate. I'm talking about your money being invested in a vehicle that self-manages. So we'll do both those things if you guys are willing to carve the time out. Let's take some questions, B.
Let's do it. All right, Sophia's up next.
Sophia's waving.
Sophia, let's go, Sophia.
Brandon, because you were there with me and John Travolta, man. I mean, did you think that I could possibly win a Grammy or an Academy Award?
Absolutely. He was so impressed with your ability to hit your lines and do your thing so fast.
Isn't a Grammy for music, G?
I think a Grammy's music.
Yeah,
I think
that's
you won
why
an
I
Emmy.
said I want to win a Grammy. I want to win a Grammy for a TV show.
Oh my gosh, look at that.
I mean, for a movie.
You can do anything, G. Sophie, what's your question?
Okay, thank you so much. I've been learning so much with this new program. I signed up I bought it on Friday the 10th of June, and I've been doing the modules every day. I've been following it religiously, and I have some questions. I'm at the stage where I'm starting to implement getting the team and finding the leads and venting the leads. And what I'm discovering when I live in Ottawa, by the way, I live in Ottawa, Ontario in Canada.
I know where Ottawa is. I started my career in Ottawa.
Oh, okay. And what I'm discovering when I did the searches for the businesses to get some leads, I got 7 leads, by the way, that I liked.
Congratulations.
And when I started contacting, like just leaving my name and asking for more information about these businesses, and looking
they shut you down.
Yeah, they shut me down.
Yeah,
And
good. So look,
happened?
here's the problem. Here's the problem. First of all, I knew you were going to say that because when you said I like the leads, your job is not to like the leads. Your job is to qualify and convert the leads.
Well,
all
that's
leads.
what I want. That's what I wanted to do. But
Yeah,
I can't.
so all leads.
I can't get past the fact that they want to ask me how much money I have to make the deal, to make the deposit. Like today, I had a conversation with a merger and acquisition broker, and I was looking for somebody on my team, and I thought it was a good name, somebody in Ottawa. And the first thing they asked is, how much do you have for down payment? And that
Yeah,
wasn't on my
and what did you
script.
say? What did you say?
I said I didn't want to talk about the financing at this stage. I said I wanted to just get to know the business.
Well, God damn it, why you need to study faster because you made a mistake saying that. Why would you tell somebody that? Like you got to tell people what they need to hear. No, you want that's not my script. My script doesn't say that. My script doesn't say argue with people. Somebody asked me a question, what's your favorite color? I'm gonna tell them it's blue until I looked at the rainbow and then I said, dang, I like some red and I like the pink and I like the orange and I like the white. I like them all actually. Hey, Elena. So you got to figure out how to answer their question and control that conversation, right? So Brandon, what do you want to, where do you want to shift that to, Brandon?
Yeah, so hey, look, you got what you need to do is you need to go into the Cardone U and you need to go through the objections.
Yes.
That's what you need
cold
to do.
calling, cold call, prospecting, follow-up, and objections. It's a lot of material there for everybody here that's having that problem. I knew she was going to tell me something about sales calls when she said she likes the leads. Your job is not to like the leads. Your job is to convert the leads. All leads should be liked. I love all leads.
And number one thing you learn in Cardone U is you never argue with the customer. You always agree. So
how much money you got? Well, I got all the money we need to do a deal. Okay.
We're qualified. What kind of deal are you looking to do?
Yeah, exactly. I have no limit on the amount of funding that we can do to do a deal. I'm connected to every major bank in North America. Also, I'm connected to the 10X brand, Cardone Ventures, Cardone Capital, and Cardone Enterprises, an $8 billion business.
So let's talk about your deal. Let's get into your deal.
Exactly. That guy's going to go back on his heels. He's going to be like, who is this woman? This woman on her game. That's why I said, guys, I'm going to win a Grammy, baby. Y'all got to know how to wrap it out.
Who else we bringing up? Chef Ed, who we got here? You're controlling the board.
Why don't we bring Caleb up?
Caleb-
Caleb's face has been
But
so
Caleb,
close.
you got to move away from that camera, dude. You can't be hugging the camera.
Is he all on it, man?
Yeah, he's all on it.
Hi guys. So I'm your biggest fan, every one of you, and I won't waste your time. So I went to the boot camp on Father's Day, learned a ton from you guys as always.
Well, hey, what did you learn? Tell me one thing you learned. Tell me one thing you learned, so I know you're not bullshit.
Yeah, so I learned how to spend 95% of your time on trying to get income.
Yes,
and
exactly. Was that good for you to hear that?
Of course, yes.
Yeah.
And I really needed a direction. Like that's why. And I'm 19. I'm just trying to find a direction. So 95%.
You were sitting to my left, right? Weren't you sitting to the left?
Yes, I was sitting to the left. Yeah.
Yeah. I remember where you were. Yeah.
Biggest fan. So, but so like 95% of your income of your time should be spent on just your income.
Yeah, on searching income, opportunity of income.
Yes. So, and then taking 40% of your income.
Stashing 40% of your income for investments.
Yes, investment. So when I'm trying to, I want to maximize income. So, and I'm trying to do that. So my dad owns a $5 million residential remodeling company. And just for this year, last year was 3 million. Now and this quarter, 5 million. And it's going great. We're partnering up with you for Cardone Ventures and all of that. And how can I, as an employer of that company, make more money? Because I'm only doing a $15 an hour job.
Yeah, dude, look, the way to make more money is to bring more money in and more leads for the company. So you need to tell your dad, hey, look, what's he paying you right now? Is he paying you anything?
Barely. It's only an hourly job. So it's
good.
Only
Well, how much is he paying you? How much is he paying you?
$15 an hour.
Say, Dad, man, look, man, I'll never ask you for more than $15 an hour, right? I want to thank you, Dad, for paying me $15 an hour. You're the greatest freaking dude in the universe, bro. 15 is big money, man. And I appreciate you, man. You see? Now, Pops, what I want to do is I'm going to go in there and I'm going to bring leads into this company and I'm going to close deals. I'm bringing bags to the bank.
Okay.
And I want a little piece. I want a little piece above the 15. I'll never ask you for a raise. You'll never pay me more than $15. I just want to know what little piece of the bag can be for your boy.
Okay.
By the way, I want to reinvest that money. I don't even want you to pay me, Pops. I want you to reinvest that money in the company and I start buying equity in our company for the future.
Okay. All right.
Bro, your dad's going to lose it. Your dad's going to lose his mind. He's going to be like, God damn, I've been waiting for you to grow up, son.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. And ultimately, I'm just trying to figure out a direction so that way I don't live in this and being poor.
Exactly. So look, you got to attach yourself to the revenue of the company, nothing else. Do whatever your dad wants you to do right now. Clean the bathrooms, clean the floors, whatever he's having you do, but you need to then start looking how to bring revenue and leads into the company. So that the company's top line, the 5 million grows.
Yeah. Okay.
And this isn't just true for Caleb, for a family business. Everybody on here, if you want to know how you can make more money than you ever dreamed possible, go to the place you work and say, I appreciate what you're paying me. If I bring new business that's valuable business, can I get a little piece of it? Like Grant said, all of you have an opportunity to do that where you work right now. And if you can't learn to do it for somebody else while you're practicing, becoming good at it, you'll
never do it for yourself. In fact, it's probably going to be easier for you to do it for somebody else. Particularly in the beginning, because a lot of us have, like, we got problems with even asking for what we want. We don't believe in ourselves enough to actually go get what we want and deserve. So look, Brandon, I didn't want to take a lot of time up tonight, man. I just wanted to come in and say hi to you guys. So I love you guys so much.
Well, G, anytime you come around, it makes it for a better experience. We get more wisdom.
Throw some love in the chat for Uncle G.
Let's throw some love in the chat. He's in the middle of a deal right now, and he takes time to spend time with us. G, we always appreciate seeing you and having you jump on and participate with us.
Yeah, just those couple of things though that we talked about tonight, guys. All this information is in Cardone University. Like, you just gotta, you guys, one thing I want to just warn everybody, man, you guys got to quit studying the internet. You have everything you need. You are in heaven right now and you don't even know it. Everything you need about your business, growing your business, scaling your business, investing money. You are in the Holy Grail right now, and you're still looking for something else. Quit looking. I'm telling you, you are where you are supposed to be. You just got to do more of this with us. You don't need to search anything else on the net. Everything, debt problems, credit facilities, expansion possibilities, expanding your business faster, like all of it's right here. You don't need to go do any more Google searches. For you guys that are doing Google searches for how to grow your business or scale it or expense it, look, you're still looking and you don't understand you're already here. We've done all that. Brandon's done it multiple times. I've done it multiple times in many companies, and now we want to do it with you guys. So let's roll. We're going to be doing this July 8th, 9th, and 10th. Okay, 3 days, July 8th, 9th, and 10th in Miami. It's cheap to get down there. It's not expensive to get down there. And then the 8th, 9th, and 10th. Brandon came to my real estate workshop 3 years ago and thought he knew real estate. He was there 45 minutes, maybe 2 hours, maybe what, 2 hours, first 2 hours, first break.
Yeah.
And he was like, his mind was like, he's like, I thought I knew what I was talking about. And that's what real estate people always know they can take their game up another level. So for you basketball fans, you know, Steph the other night, Steph Curry, man, he showed the whole world just how many levels he's got. So that's what champions do. Like, there's a lot of levels to a game, and you want to be with people that can keep taking you to different levels. So when Brandon was there, Brandon was so in 2 hours that I did on real estate, and he had already had a lot of money, a lot of experience investing in real estate. He literally told Natalie, this guy's got angles I have never heard. And those angles, by the way, those are angles. Like, when I do a real estate deal, I do not look for a return on my money. I'm looking for a deal that can change my life. Anybody can get you a return in a real estate deal. I'm looking for a deal that can, like, shift everything. One deal can change your life. Same thing in your business, by the way. I used to try to grow my business incrementally. Now me and Brandon, we have meetings this week where we're going out looking at companies that we can purchase, where our businesses explode because of an investment, not because of push and shove. And if you don't have money, that's not a problem. You just we got to know that you're the person that's got the courage to say, I want to go after this big target. I want to go kill Moby Dick. We just want to show you how to bring him home so he doesn't swamp your boat. Because most people can't actually bring ashore. That was the whole story about Moby Dick, was a warning to be careful what you ask for. But the truth is, dude, you just got to plan how to bring Moby Dick to shore. The guy just had his planning out. He had no organization, no planning. He didn't think it through. It's like the bank heist guys. They get in the bank and then they don't figure out how to get out. You know, or the guy down in Mexico or down in Colombia that sold all the drugs and cocaine. He didn't understand that assets become liabilities. The cash that he accumulated. What was that cat's name? You know, the super famous guy. Dude. Pablo Escobar. Pablo, man. Pablo, super smart business guy, by the way. Unbelievable networker. Okay. I mean, this guy figured out how to do something. Like, just because it was a criminal activity doesn't mean he wasn't a genius. But he didn't understand that his asset would become his liability. The actual thing that he was trying to accumulate ended up being the thing that got him caught. So your dreams, this is that old saying about be careful what you ask for. Okay. So when you're trying to grow your business 10 or 15%, that's not going to get you freedom. Okay. And bigger is always better as long as it's 10 times bigger. If bigger doesn't change your life, it ain't worth it. Trust me. You want bigger to like change the quality of everything, even your problems. So now you're not going to be complaining about a $40,000 diamond for your wife. You're going to be complaining about a $4 million diamond. You know, it's all the same stuff, right? You're not going to be complaining about $150 worth of gas. How many of you'd like to complain about your bill for fuel being 150 grand because you put it in your plane to fly to Dubai to go do a $50 million deal? Let's go. I say, let's shake it up. Let's bake it up. Let's win a Grammy.
You're well on your way, G.
Oh my goodness.
Keep working those raps out.
You're going to get it. You're going to hit it. You're on a roll. Everybody, thank you for joining us on another Tuesday night of 10X Owners Live Atlanta edition. We will put some more links in here for you to join us for the boot camp, the real estate. We would love to see you. We'd love to help drive impact in your life. But you got to do your part. You got to show up. You got to participate. You got to make the investment. We will definitely be making the investment. G has already secured the room. He's already bought all the AV. He's already took all the time for his employees to be there. And we're all flying in from everywhere because we're committed to your success. Now you need to do your part and show up and be committed to your success. And we will do it together because that's what we are. We are the 10X community.
July 8th, 9th, 10th, and then stay over for 3 days. Let G blow your mind around all things real estate right after that event. You can pick that up at grantcardone.com/10X ATL, and the link is in the chat as well. We appreciate each and every one of you.
Yeah. And Jared's telling me they're going to end that tonight because of the activity they got from this weekend, guys. So take advantage of that tonight. Again, if you can't figure it out, we understand. I understand you got families and you got this and you got that and travel and blah. But look, man, if you guys can't figure 3 days out, how you going to figure out the next 30 years? If you can't figure $1,000 out, bro, how you going to figure out how to get 1,000 million? How much is 1,000 million?
It's a lot. 1,000 million would be,
trillion.
is that a trillion or 100 billion?
100 billion.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
I don't know, but it's the way to think. I think it's $1 billion actually. So if you can't figure out $1,000 bucks, folks, you can dream, pray. I think you can do a lot of meditating. If you can't figure out $1,000, dude, I'm telling you, man. You can't figure out 3 days, by the way, you got problems. Okay. You can't keep telling yourselves lies like I don't have time and I don't have money. And you're like, I need time with the kids. Good. Bring the kids to Miami. Kids will love Miami. Okay. We have the place we're having this event. It is the #1 water park in the state of Florida. It's phenomenal. Turnberry Hotel. Better than Disneyland. And it's included with the room. So we hope you guys come down there. We hope you show yourself and your family a commitment to making sure this recession is the one that changes your life. Not the one that hurts you, the one that helps you. All right, Brandon, I'll see you guys, all right?
All right, thanks, G. Take care.
I wish I had more time tonight.
Yeah, I appreciate you, buddy. Thank you for jumping on.
Bye,
Yeah,
G.
if you guys like this, you imagine this is just 30 minutes. Imagine if we spent 3 days together. Bound to be something good come out of it.
Absolutely.
Guys, write in the chat what your #1 takeaway from tonight's call was. What are you learning from this? What were your takeaways? We're excited to see those of you who are joining us live.
Yeah, got to quit making those excuses, man.
That's
Gasoline's not your problem. Gasoline is not your problem, folks. Trust me, that's what they're trying to tell you right now. They're trying to get you to convince that $7 is your problem, $8 is your problem, $8 ain't your goddamn problem. $8 million is a problem, but $8 is not a problem. Okay, going busted isn't a problem. Not going for it is. Okay, most guys that actually make it have been busted more than once. And they don't care. They're like, what is that? You were born busted anyway. You didn't have anything when you came into this. I don't know what you're trying to manage. Let's go. Scared money don't
Let's
make
go.
money, baby.
Thank you, G. All right, the business advisors are going to stay on for those of you that have additional questions. We look forward to seeing you at the Business Bootcamp or at the Real Estate Summit. Thank you for joining us for another 10X Owners Live.
Bye, guys.
The whole purpose of this show is to engage with business owners and be able to answer questions for people that will give them some insight and perspective on how to grow and scale a business. Not only leadership, but real life examples. This is the golden moment. I would do business with you right now.